Hi there, thank you so much for joining me for some quiet time together as I have another issue of the Picturegoer, a glorious old film magazine dating September the 6th, 1958, that came out every Thursday. If you have seen some of my other videos, we've had a selection of these over the years. And this is actually quite a thin one this time, so I don't think it's going to be as long a video, but I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. On the cover of this one is the delightful Barbara Joyce. This is Bardo and Me, The Facts by Stephen Boyd. How they shielded Lana Turner. Okay, let me take a little sip of my tea. It's still quite hot at the moment, so I'm going to pop that there. Okay, let's take a moment for ourselves and have a look. Need to tweak the camera to get the full thing in, but we'll see how we go. Again, I know I always say it, but I love the adverts. The Secret of Beauty, cream, powder and nourish your skin in one application. And Danny Kaye rides a Hercules, the bicycle, the star-spangled bicycle, in the new MGM picture Merry Andrew. Oh, whenever I say Danny Kaye, it just reminds me of bank holidays, Christmas, things like that. And then a half-page advert for Raintree County with Montgomery Clift, the beautiful Elizabeth Taylor there, Ava Marie Saint, Nigel Patrick, an MGM film, co-starring Lee Marvin. Released in this grand epic will delight vast multitudes because it's packed with excitement. Cary Grant, sold indiscreet to British picturegoers by an extensive hectic personal tour. It says here Cary Grant's personal appearance tour to plug his film Indiscreet is a model to all stars. In our city he really met his public face to face, gave quick fire answers to questions about picture making and showed by his enthusiasm that he really cares about picturegoers. Says Grant, an actor nowadays has got to sell his pictures. This publicity tour was hectic, terrifying, but it pays off. What a joy it is to see a star's sincere smile. It seems to light up the whole film. My prize for the two most wonderful smiles on the screen go to Tony Perkins and Ingrid Bergman. This is a note about different films there. Deep River. Here's one explanation for those laughs in the wrong places in The Young Lions and The Bridge Over the River Kwai. Most picturegoers are so unused to war films having any moments of depth, they cover up their ignorance with laughter. Oh, really? And the answer is blame the filmmakers. If the story had really taken hold of the audience, not even the most ignorant picturegoer would laugh at a dramatic climax. Gosh. It's quite interesting. The vowel play in Hollywood. Hollywood seems to think there are only two kinds of English voice: the silly old boy pip pip voice and a hideous imitation Cockney. I'm sick of hearing this mickey taking in Hollywood films, especially cartoons. It's nauseating and insulting. And that's from Mrs. Rice from London. Oh dear. So cheers to the BBC for a really lively disc programme, those record years. But Ken Sikora seems to have forgotten those grand sixpenny discs of the 20s. My favourites were Shepherds of the Hills, While the Sahara Sleeps, Taught the Chinese How to Charleston. Wanted your views. Yes, please. Okay, so in 1958, if you were stepping out tonight, we'd have on for drama, The Key, The Missouri Traveller, Night to Remember, Moon by the Night, Raintree County that we saw on the page before. For laughs, No Time for Sergeants. And for romance, Farewell to Arms, Time to Love and A Time to Die. The Wind Cannot Read, Wonderful Things. None of those I recognise per se. For tears, there'd be Cry from the Streets. For thrills, Battle of the VI, Harry Black, Manhunt, The Moonraker, not as in the Bond film, came later. Vertigo, yes, Hitchcock spins an eerie yarn about a dead woman who lives again, but he unaccountably gives the game away too soon. Starring James Stewart and Kim Novak, with a superb San Francisco atmosphere. The Vikings and there, The Wagons, Westward Ho. A little piece about Barbara Joyce, if you're unfamiliar with her. Take one look at Barbara Joyce and you sense it. There's something in that Irish, in her that's Irish, correct. For though she was born in Tasmania, her mother is an O'Brien and claims descent from the ancient kings of Ireland. But there's been no royal road to her success as a singer, dancer and an actress. It took lots of hard work to establish herself, as she has recently done on TV. She says, "My eyes are going to be the biggest help in my career. I've got my own way far more often by using my eyes than my tongue." Okay. Brigitte Bardot, me, my boy. The husky Irish actor Stephen Boyd looks angry and declares, "It's a lie." Boyd goes on the defensive when he's confronted with the things he's supposed to have said about Brigitte Bardot. When Heaven Fell That Night was over, 20th Century Fox, it has it that Boyd said, halfway through the film, "I had to take a 5-day holiday to rest up. This lady is so vibrant that just working with her in a scene overwhelms you. She has a childlike mentality, but she is a stalking panther physically. I'm not sure I would like to work with her a second time." Now, this has made Boyd angry. Now he fumes. Nothing could be more wrong. The real story is I'm crazy about Brigitte. I really fell for her. I can't wait to see her again. I could talk to you for hours, telling you what a fabulous girl she is." Meanwhile, Fox says he's talked about Bardot before. He quotes Boyd, "When I went to Paris to report to work on the film, Bridget's former husband, director Roger Vadim, insisted I should meet my co-star immediately. He went to her house, walked into the room, and Brigitte jumped up and kissed Vadim. Then she kissed me. She said, 'I know I'm going to enjoy working with you.' Boyd admits there was trouble during the filming, a lot of trouble, but according to him, none of it was Miss Bardot's fault. He puts the blame on the production for being weeks and weeks over schedule, and he also insists he enjoyed every minute of working opposite the sex kitten. And as for not wanting to make another film with her, that's complete nonsense," he says. "I'd sign a contract this minute to make another. I wish I could start with her again tomorrow." Such devotion to Bardot may be a little exaggerated. There's no chance of Boyd filming again with Bardot for quite some time. He's currently making Ben-Hur, the super epic that's giving him the biggest break to date. His role should make him an international star. But his excitement over this is dampened by his anger over those rumours. He says, "You will never hear me say an unkind thing about Brigitte. She bubbles over with fun and the joy of living. I'm looking forward to the next time we meet." How does Miss Bardot measure up to other actresses he's known? Boyd is non-committal and says, "I prefer her to actresses who take themselves more seriously." And you can't make a rumour out of that. Say there, it says, "It happened to Presley, now it's happened to Boom. For his role as military cadet in the Mardi Gras, Pat Boone was ordered, get your hair cut. So Boone had a date with a crew cut in the studio's barber shop." How Barker regrets his Tarzan roles. Lex Barker now finds that swinging in trees of Cheetah, the educated chimp, is no recommendation for drawing room comedy pictures. Oh, that's a shame. God, I remember watching those black and white Tarzan films in the school holidays when I was young. Very young. Tarzan, the jungle hero, was filmically strangled. Lex Barker. The muscular-built Barker tells a sad story of an end to his film career as Tarzan and as actor. "Like all Tarzans, I grew up and decided I wanted something better than swinging through the trees like the monkeys. So Barker put his shirt on, keeping his shirt on, quit Tarzan, and, confident of his ability, wanted for the right role, but it never came. Of course, the studios are willing to hire me to play roles like Tarzan," he now says bitterly. "They looked at me as if I was crazy at times when I turned them down. I was out of work and saying no to money. They soon left me alone." Aww. Says the repentant Barker, "Tarzan overexposed me. Now I have to pay. Producers won't touch me. They think I'm dumb." But Barker claims he's not so dumb and can act. It goes on. Smiling Lana films again. After finishing a scene for Imitation of Life, Lana Turner and John Gavin relax on set with a laugh and a joke. Unbelievable, it's the same Lana 4 months ago. It's all part of a studio plan to keep her relaxed. Yeah. 4 months after the fatal stabbing of her lover in a bedroom by teenage daughter Cheryl, a sordid affair that shook Hollywood to the core, a smiling and apparently happy Lana Turner is back before movie cameras making Imitation of Life at Universal International. All's back to normal. Her fee hasn't suffered, and the star is getting a reported $100,000 for the draw. Turner's latest film might well have been called Imitation of Turner's Life, because it details the unhappiness heaped upon an actress's personal life after she becomes a top star. In the film, much as in her own life, actress Turner turns her back on personal happiness and the joys of being a mother for the lesser harvest of glamour and fame. When the picture ends, the actress finds she must work out her family problem, and it will take time. Curiously enough, in the picture, the actress's daughter is in love with the same man as the mother. Oh, it's nice that she's brighter. A special chauffeur limousine has been put at Turner's disposal by the studio. A closed car it calls for her in the morning at her home, drives her to the studio from the other side of the town, and deposits her at the soundstage. In the evening, unless Turner is staying on in her bungalow, the driver is waiting outside the soundstage to take her home. Jerry Rocks, The Tough Ones. Jerry Lewis stars with a rabbit in The Geisha Boy. Interesting. Around the studios we have Greg Peck. That looks like Robert Wagner there. What does it say? Tough Ombre 3. Yep, Bob Wagner visits Hugh O'Brien and Rob Evans during the location filming of The Hell-Bent Kid. Gosh, he looks young there, doesn't he? Gregory Peck is the latest actor to turn cowboy on a large scale. He leased 1,800 acres in Central California, Santa Ynez Range, and stocked the spread with 600 Hereford cattle. That's in real life. Natalie decides to be stubborn. Natalie Wood's fight with Warner's to get her salary up may go the limit, says Natalie, suspended for refusing a role to provoke the suspension. I only have 3 more years to go on my contract, and if necessary I can sit them out. I'll only be 23 then. My agent says I mustn't work till Warner gives me the new contract it promised me 6 months ago. Gosh, isn't it sad that then she later died? Another young one. Natalie Wood there says that she's prepared to wait 3 years. Home screen, Britain's best biop, memorable scene in the memorable film, Leslie Howard, Rosamund John in the first of the few. Looking at the lemonade. In a comedy scene for Some Like It Hot. Ah yes, well, disguised as a female member of an all-girl orchestra, Jack Lemmon gets a proposal of marriage from a Texas millionaire and seriously considers it. He explains to Tony Curtis, who is similarly disguised, I always wanted security. They're climbing the ladder to stardom. Okay, who have we got? Carol Linley there, Sandra D, Molly B, Yvonne Craig. That's Molly B. That's Carol Lindsay has a real face like a young Olivia Newton-John. And saying of Olivia Newton-John, Sandra Dee, was that mentioned in the Grease film? Anyway, she, I know the Grease film was later, but she appeared in the Girl Scouts fashion show, and wham, within 1 year the 13-year-old Miss D was voted one of America's top 10 models. And then, once again, wham, she was signed up by the UI, lent out to the MGM, and made Until They Sail. The model went down well as an actress, so MGM took out another lease on her, and she found herself teamed with such box office as Rex Harrison and Kay Kendall in The Reluctant Debutante, and Universal has used her in the upcoming Wonderful Years. Could be she'll complete her starry hat trick and hit you with another wow. Luna Patton, Dolores Hart. Filmed with Elvis Presley. She made her debut in Loving You and is currently his girlfriend in King Creole. She described Presley as a perfect gentleman. Could be she likes working with him, but Miss Hart's wish is to be successful in films stems from the time she used to watch her grandfather working in his projection box. She spent much of her school time in plays, and it was production of Joan of Lorraine that she was spotted by star-building producer Hal Wallis. Perhaps her biggest acting test to date came when she played opposite the volatile Anna Maggini in The Wild is the Wind. Man behind the magic, Mr. Light Entertainment, Bernard Delfont. Bernard Delfont presents, you see this announcement, bold letters, not familiar with it myself. Charlie Drake there is one of Bernard Delfont's stars, and as Delfont isn't tied to ITV, Drake goes on BBC Two. Delfont, though, is essentially an independent operator, and although my brothers are tied to ITV, some of my artists like David Nixon and Charlie Drake work for the BBC too. Prefers British to American. Tom Hutchinson gives you the runaround why I married Rita Hayworth. Rita Hayworth and fifth husband, James Hill. Let me just fold that back. Are confident that their marriage will outlast all the sneers and gossipers. It takes courage to do what James Hill did. It takes courage to say what James Hill says. What did he do? He married Rita Hayworth, thus becoming her fifth husband and inviting the scorn and sneers of the snipers, whose immediate reaction was, it can't last. What does Hill say? I knew what I was letting myself in for when I asked Rita to marry me. I know I was marrying an experienced woman, not a dewy-eyed innocent, and that's what I wanted. The man who is fated to be known as Mr. Rita Hayworth No. 5 is over here for the devil's disciple. There comes a time in a man's life when he knows he needs a woman who can love almost without thinking of being loved in return. Casual dates with girls in Hollywood suddenly become of small importance when you meet and realise the quality of such a woman. And Rita is that kind of woman, a woman burned many times by the world, who I feel needs me as much as I need her. You see what I mean by courage. Hill knows only too well, having lived in the limelight world of Hollywood for so long, just what marriage to Rita Hayworth entails. A normal husband and wife bickering can be exploded into a gossip column lead. The lens of public opinion can scorch as well as magnify. But Hill is enthusiastic about the working out of the marriage, and he is not the irrational approach of a youngster blinded by first love. Okay. I might have to Google to see if it actually lasts. The film star with a big heart. Max Bygraves. Ah, goodness. Young there. Madonna Wilson and Tony Baker. A Cry from the Streets. It's got 4 stars. Team Big Bluff. Max Bygraves with a bunch of unruly kids and you can't go wrong. But Bygraves goes one better than that. To this sane, sympathetic film about the problems of deprived children, he brings a warmth that isn't forced, a humour that isn't calculated. The Fly, only 2 stars. Quantes, 3 stars. Macabre, 2 stars. The Feedback, 2. So, top of the charts there. Let's continue on the last couple of pages. Father of the Cool School. Stan Kenton, Nelson Riddle. Discuss music arrangements at Capitol. The company has paid Kenton a 4 LP tribute with Kenton era album. I'm not familiar myself. This 46-year-old band leader from Kansas has been immortalised in work. Not at Madame Tussauds, but on the 4 Capitol LP discs. Okay. Pop. Again, a very young Shirley Bassey. Bassey's back on disc again. It's 1958. Goodness. Back on disc again. After her recent unfortunate troubles, yes, the shining Shirley Bassey presents quite a nice disc treat with Phillips. She's all teamed up for Hands Across the Sea and much more relaxed on As I Love You. But Doris Day is all sunny brightness with 2 good jumping numbers, Everybody Loves a Lover and Instant Love. The former carries an unusual beat that suits her nicely. Then we have Perry Como, that relaxed smoothness, gets another superb outing on beats. There's a Heart So True. Movie music. What's in a Kiss? Let's see. Shirley MacLaine kisses husband Steve Parker quite happily in public. She comments, Lady Astor would learn to like kissing if she got more of it. Okay. Tony Curtis favours kissing, but not so enthusiastically when someone else like Jeff Chandler is kissing his wife, Janet Leigh. Ooh. That's Lucille Ball. Oh, I Love Lucy. In public, Natalie Wood prefers husband Robert Wagner to kiss her neck so her lipstick won't get messed up. It's an interesting factoid. And a post-bag letter. Oh, that's that one there. And even kissing seals is fun, says Jane Mansfield, although she prefers men. It's a great advert. Do you really understand these facts? Vital to every woman or man. Love, marriage and the family. Goodness, 320 pages of essential information. have it. I'll finish with a whole full page advert. Double beauty offer, Max Factor cream puff scent in the Woman magazine, out on Wednesday, September the 10th, again 1958. Wonderful. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little flip through another Picturegoer magazine. Thank you for taking this time to join me. Please take good care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and I'll see you again very soon. Okay, bye bye for now.